Hi everybody, welcome back to another episode of my Dungeon Boss campaign series. Today we are finishing up chapter 19. We are currently, for one of the first times ever in our campaign series, we're dealing with levels that we are under-leveled. We're largely relying on our runes to kind of bring our levels up a little bit. So while the requirement here is over 50 and I am currently under 50, we've been holding our own pretty well. The first 4 dungeons, a couple of guys here and there that gave us grief, but overall, we were not overly, odds against us or anything like that. So this dungeon here, I said it at the end of the last one, I feel like this is a perfect dungeon for Grognog, just because of all the fire heroes. So, there are undeads in there. I don't think Kira's really necessary. He's more likely to get killed than anything. If I don't do hardcore damage. So we're going to go with Grognog, and we're going to go with Ponty, and then we're going to go with Yasmin as our healer. And then as the 4th, I think we're going to bring Koros just for the AoE. The only downside is I don't know off the top of my head if those guys are immune to fire. Those little red spirits, that would be the only hitch in this plan here, is if they have fire immunity, because then Koros becomes a little bit more ineffective. So in order to spend our energy appropriately, we'll probably use Grognog's AoE right in this first room here. Actually, it doesn't matter about energy expenditure because it's such a short dungeon. These guys aren't elites. We'll just end up using a revive potion. That's pretty much what it's going to amount to. Take no damage from fire. That's what I was worried about. That is indeed what I was worried about. Hopefully the boss is not fire immune, but honestly I think he probably will be. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Between Ponty and Grognog, we should be able to light him up anyways. We'll probably end up using both energy potions in this one just because it is such a short dungeon. I'll probably use Ponty's AoE attack on this next room, because those guys are all immune to fire. Nothing I can really do there. Unless they just die super easy. You know what, let's chance it. These guys are going to use probably Firestorm, if I had to guess. Correction, this one guy is probably going to use Firestorm. Or he's going to die because of the Pwn Undead. So I guess Yasmin really gave him the business. Now we're sitting pretty, honestly. This is going to be a walk in the park. This is Saru. Can I be silenced? Don't care about that. These guys will have fire immunity. Not a big deal. He's not fire immune, so honestly I don't care though. I'm going to light him up with Grognog. Fire immune or not, he's definitely not water immune. And then those little spirits, they're toast. He's not getting out of this turn alive. Smoked him good. I probably didn't even need to use the potion on Grognog. I think Ponty was going to light him up pretty good. So hopefully the last 2 dungeons are like that. That was super easy. You know, sometimes they're just like that. The dungeons just fall in line nicely. Demon's Horde, I run this one all the time on my main account because that's where I go to kill demons. We have quite the rainbow room here. We have water, fire, and dark. So that is going to be an interesting one. We almost have to have nature guys to take out these guys. These guys are no joke. At least on challenge mode, they're pretty hardcore. So I definitely want Grognog to take out those guys and those guys. Ponty's going to be good. I don't know about having Koros along. He's not going to be elementally effective against these guys, but I don't know that anybody else that I have is going to be overly effective either. I could try to bring another nature hero to combat them, but I don't know if I really have anybody that's really, really strong. It might be better to try somebody else. I don't know if I can really... You know what? I'm gonna bring Koros just because I feel safer with Koros on there, just because I have him ruined so heavily. Even if he's largely ineffective against those two final bosses, it might still be worth having that Purging Pyre, because if they do end up buffing themselves, we can at least remove that. I don't think they do. That particular class of enemy is not known for buffing. If anything, they're going to have Savage Fury. Alright, let's see if we can one-shot some demons here. Yeah, that's what I like to see. Also like to see that. Always nice when you can one-shot when you're 4 levels down. Alright, let's see what he's got. Basic attack, nothing too critical. I'm not overly concerned there. Alright. It is a 4-room dungeon, so not too long. These might be what I was looking at when dealing with the possible Koros things. In terms of Koros attacking, they're 2 little elites that are mid-boss, so I think we'll use Koros' AoE there, just for the sake of using it. He's not going to kill them, but he might kill the purple snake. Good enough for elemental disadvantage. I don't mind that. I don't think they have Savage Fury, these little guys. Yeah, they're fine. They'd have to both gang up on Koros, I think. I never do like armor break. Now I just have to make sure I get a turn with Yasmin, which kind of sucks. Alright, Koros on that guy. And so I can either kill him, Yasmin can't heal, and he can, you know, Grognon might die on the next turn, or I heal, and then he might attack somebody. I think safer bet is to just kill him. Take a little bit of passive healing. And hope Grognog stays alive. He's got lowered defense, so I don't like that. These guys are weak, though. Definitely doesn't have lowered attack. Is that guy goodbye? Alright, so I'm going to take 1 bad hit, probably, unless Koros lights this guy up. Yep. And maybe, there we go. Never really give credit to Yasmin for doing attacks, but we saw on one of the other dungeons when she lit up that one undead wisp. That was nice. Alright, so this guy here is boosted damage versus fire enemies. So if he goes after Koros, Koros is dead. Really dead. But we're going to unleash everything we got. Between Grognog and Ponti, I expect these 3 guys to all be dead. But the main guy's not going to be dead. I know a way that I can save Koros, though. I know I can save him. It's all about Yasmin. Although he's probably going to kill Yasmin, though. Nope, he's stupid. Sometimes the AI just boggles me. I don't know what the logic is in terms of how it determines who to attack, but I would have went for the weakest, which would have been Yasmin. Not potentially the strongest in Grognog, but won't complain. Gives me a 3-star, gives me some gems, lets me move on without having to redo this dungeon. especially being under level. Alright, that means we have one more dungeon left. This could be the one for all the marbles. This might be where it finally gets difficult for us. We get to the point where we just can no longer beat stages. But I don't see that happening. I feel like we're in a good position, even though we do have some 6-star action going on here. Do we want to bring Kira back? I don't think I'm going to bring Kira back, even with the elemental advantage. I think I'm going to keep this same team. I'm going to keep Yasmin instead of Nub Nub, because two things. I want to be able to use her cleanse in the event that I need an AoE, which is also why I'm putting her first. That way, if I do get diseased by some of those purple guys, I can cleanse and then do a AoE attack as needed. So that's my logic in terms of the order here. If this was an auto run team, Yasmin would be first anyways because of her epic weapon. But I am a long ways off from epic weapons, and certainly even longer for auto run teams. I'm going to have a hard enough time manual running with the weak hero roster that I have. But that is not the topic of this video here. I can rant about my weak roster on here all day long. Alright, let's see how Grog handles these guys here. Once again, get us off to a good start. Killed 2 of them. Killed the 2 guys I didn't expect to kill. I expected the little tanks to be tougher. And it's these guys that actually lasted longer. Not much longer, but they did last longer. And there's the disease that I was talking about too. Fortunately, Grog used his AoE already, so it's not a big deal if he stays diseased for a few turns. We're going to be spreading the wealth as far as AoEs go. Koros is going to... I'm expecting Koros to do nice things here, but I've been mistaken in the past. Down they go. That's what I was hoping for. The next round will be Ponty doing his AoE. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't know if the AoE is the best option here. I mean, there's only 2 of them, but they're going to be super tough. We saw this with the a few dungeons ago with the blue ones, I think, that started off the dungeon, and it was kind of awful. Yeah, even with his powerful attack, they're still tough. So they're gonna do some damage. That's happening. There goes Yasmin. That from the shadows is no joke. I run into that in challenge mode all the time when I do this dungeon because I do it for the demons, I think. But they can definitely get you. So now I have to be cautious because I don't think I have a friend hero that can revive. So I need to be able to kill these guys. I'm going to use energy potion because this dodging nonsense. I mean, I know it's going to expire, but I need to hit them for some damage, and it sucks that I have Koros going last here. Fortunately, he killed them, but back is up against it here, so I don't anticipate losing. If I have to use a friend hero, I could probably do that. Need to check this guy here first. Boosted damage versus Dark. He's going to one-shot Ponty. I can almost guarantee that. Can't be silenced. Can't even protect Ponty. I don't want to waste this just yet. I want to use this on Ponty is what I want. A quick attack here. Alright, those guys are going down. Seems like the best option. I probably could have put it on Koros, but I think I have stronger attack with Ponti, to be honest. And then based on the results of this, we'll determine if I'm going to use a friend hero. And in this case, I'm definitely going to, because somebody's going to die here. He's not going down. Ponti's dead. One of these guys is probably going to kill Yasmin. So may seem a little bit cheap, but I'm 4 levels down, so don't hate me too much. We're going to take the strongest guy that I got. So either freeze is a good option. If I get a freeze in here, that'll help me. Kozar probably would have been better for the elemental, but I love me some Valpin, so I'm hoping for the freeze. Didn't kill him. That's frozen though. So, all right, now is when we're gonna pile it on. It's our one shot. I am going to protect Ponti because that's likely who he would want to attack. But I feel like honestly, he's probably strong enough he could kill anybody. And he's got to die here. It's triple slam, that son of a bitch. That son of a bitch. Gosh, that is so annoying. Well, there goes my 3-star. All I needed was just a tiny smidget left too. Well, we know where we stand with this one here. I'm not going to redo this entire video, just a 3-star this dungeon. I know I can run it again if I just pull a different potion layout, but I felt like that was kind of a BS move there. But like I said, 4 levels down, what do you expect? And we're not going to just waltz right through it. So the fact that we died is okay, but that really bugged me there. That's a lack of a 3-star. So we're not going to dwell on it. I don't think we're going to be ready to take on the next chapter yet. Probably have to do a little bit of rune upgrades and maybe just overall level up a little before we hit the next chapter. I don't know if we're going to be able to go 5 or 6 levels down and be able to compete, or every one of those boss fights is going to end up where somebody's dying and we're starting to miss our 3-stars. In the long run, do we need the 3-stars? We really should have them to get those campaign quests, but we don't need them for where we are in the game, because we're ultimately switching focus to the challenge mode anyways. There's going to be a lot of non-3-stars out there, but in the meantime, we will go ahead and wrap up this video, and we'll see you again for the next chapter.
Thank you so much for watching this video and supporting my channel. If you like this video, please show your continued support by hitting that like button, and be sure to check out both my YouTube channels for new content all the time. And always remember, peace is a lie, there's only passion. We'll see you next time.